middle school and in high school, people challenged my belief in Christ. And because I do not want to believe in Jesus just because I've been hoodwinked or brainwashed into believing him, I had to do a lot of thinking and a lot of studying. Why do I believe in Christ? What's the evidence that God exists? What's the evidence you can trust a 2,000-year-old book called the Bible to give you any type of truth? And the more I studied, the more I found that indeed Jesus Christ is the truth. No, I can't prove Christ, but I can't prove anything in life. To prove means to show that it cannot be another way. I can't prove to you that I'm not just a bad dream you guys are having right now. But the overwhelming evidence is, no, I'm sitting here and you're sitting there. So I can't prove that God exists, but the overwhelming evidence of order and design pointing to a designer, of this innate drive for meaning in life, of love. Love demands there be more to reality than simple matter and energy, simply biochemical reactions. There's got to be some type of spiritual being who creates us with this innate ability to love. So when you begin to think and observe your experience of life, indeed, you begin to understand God is real. Jesus Christ is the truth.
All right, I'm not going to waste your time on this intro because we have a 3-hour-long podcast to get into, and I'm very excited. I'm going to be here with Cliff and his son Stuart. Now, these two gentlemen go around college campuses and they debate. They debate in a loving way about Christianity and why Christ might be the way that you should head. I don't want to give any more spoilers. Buckle up. This is going to be a crazy ride. I'm so bad at these intros. Let's just get right into it. Yeah. Okay. I opened up the floor to an audience, right? So my audience knows that I love talking about Christ. And before we go into this podcast, I want to describe how I feel this podcast is going to go and who it's for. There's 3 types of man in my eyes. My eyes. Christianity is an invitation from God. Mm-hmm. And a man could look at it and go, yes, I want to be a part of this. I absolutely want to be a part of this. And then there's another man that goes, no, absolutely not. I won't even, not even caring to realize what this is. I've read it. It's hypocrisy. It's stupid. It's sexist. It's racist. It's everything that I don't want to be a part of. I don't want it. Okay. And then the third man. And I believe this is the one that I pray to God that has our viewers, their hearts are open to. And this is what it is. I don't know what I want to do with this right now. So I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to get to it when I can. I want this podcast to be for somebody who hasn't made their decision yet. And I do have a bunch of beautiful questions that people sent to me. But before we get into all that, I want to get into what possessed you guys to follow Christ full-heartedly, to just give up your whole livelihoods, to make it specifically for Christ. Stuart, I know you're following in the amazing footsteps of your father. I want to know a little bit more about you, and then we'll jump into the main man, and then me and you could just debate about stuff. How did you get into it? Were you inspired by your father, or was it strictly another situation that happened in your heart where you're like, okay, I'm going to now join my father?
So in high school, I ran from anything related to pastor or anything related to campus debates or anything like that. And I feel like I've heard you make nice illustrations where it's sort of like the hound of heaven always chasing you, no matter what, no matter how hard you push against it, yeah. God is going to be chasing you. So it's something like 75% of kids from Christian homes lose their faith in college because of certain groups they get into. A lot of professors are against the faith, but then it's like 50% that comes back.
Yeah.
And I love that it's the hound of heaven chasing them. I never fully gave up my faith, but almost to the point of kind of the middle.
I would love to ask you, what was it that made you, because I'll be vulnerable first, so that way you're not the only one. When I came out, a different type of came out, homie. Like, let's relax. Let's relax. Hold on. Poor choice. When I came into being an adult, I found how slippery it is to become your own God. Mm. And when you find your success, when you find your power, when you find your money, when you find your lane, and you find nobody's hovering over you telling you what's good or what's bad, I decided that, you know what, I'm an adult. Let me ponder what life would be without God. And I could confidently tell you, from a man who's had a relationship with Christ since a very, very young age, separating myself from God was, the best way I could put it, is putting myself in a dark place. No light. Very, very alone and very, very scary. So I gave up my light to try to find my own light. I'm my own light. What was it that in college, was it a professor? Was it a woman maybe that changed your beliefs? What was it? Because I want to pinpoint it because there is a gentleman out there that's walking in your shoes, and I want to make sure that they don't slip